What's good, e-bikers? Hey, if you're looking for a nice, safe e-bike, well, I got one here for you. This is from a company called Retrospec. I've reviewed a couple other e-bikes so far. This one might be my favorite. They make a lot of outdoor brand stuff, so like paddle boards, surfboards, things like that. They're based in California, so they are a US-based company as well. And they're kind of a bigger brand, so they sell e-bikes a little bit higher premium. You get quality parts out of that for the price. So this is the Roo Rev. It's the new short tail cargo e-bike. Let's get you some beauty shots and tell you more about what this e-bike has to offer. All right, first a few details about the e-bike. $18.99, and there's an XL version that's $100 more. I'm not sure what that. I think it gives you a longer rack back there. You can see that rack on the back. They're both orange, and this is the gray color. Also comes in mint green and the orange tail, the orange rack. But I think the rack on this one is the XL, so I think I have the slightly bigger version here. Has the Ananda e-system on it. In fact, I had to update the firmware on this thing because I was getting an error code. They sent me a little device. I just plugged it into the display up there, uploaded, went to a website, uploaded the new firmware file, and it fixed the error for me pretty quickly. So shout out to Retrospec for sending that out, helping me get it fixed and on the road. This is definitely kind of a street e-bike, neighborhood e-bike. You can do flat rail trails, I think. It's got the street tires on there. So those are pretty, there's not much, not a huge size tread in those, so it can be quiet on the street, riding on pavement, and it should be just fine on your flat rail trails out there that are dirt or stone crushed. Motor back here, we're rocking a 750 watt, peaks at 1150. It has 85 newton meters of torque and a top speed of 20 miles an hour. Class 2 e-bike. I don't believe it can be changed, and that's what we're looking at here for the Roo Rev. Now, this is an e-bike that I think, because it also is UL listed, you can see here, UL 2849 certified, and the battery is 2271 certified. They have the SGS sticker right here, actually. So that's that. And there's your Class 2 sticker on the bottom of the down tube. Here is the battery, 48 volt, 700 watt hours, and it is UL certified. Here's your key slot here. Undo the key. Pop the battery out. You can charge it on or off the bike. The charge port is on this side under a little piece of rubber. And it's on the back of the down tube there. Easy access, easy on and off. You can charge these on or off the bike. It's up to you. In the winter, I would take them inside or put them in the basement somewhere cool and dry, and you'll be just fine. So with that battery and that rear hub 750, you're probably looking at around 40 to 60 miles of real world range. Just depending, there is a range gauge on the display, which I'll show you later. But I've seen a couple of reviews that Electric Bike Report did. And yeah, I'd say 40 to 60 miles is something you'd be looking at. It's listed at, I think, about 70 for the range overall. But real world riding conditions definitely change all those companies' estimates when you see them on the website. Quick note about sizing. The payload of the e-bike is 400 pounds total. I think the rack is about 60 back there. It weighs 71 pounds. Fits riders 5'5" to 6'5". Has a 15-inch standover height, so really low standover height. You can basically hop on and off this thing very easily. That's super easy. There's plenty of room here to get on and off, and should fit almost any rider out there. Here's what a 6-foot rider looks like on the bike. Again, here are those tires and brakes. These are CST big boats, 20x3s with a nice street tread here. For brakes, we're rocking textural hydraulics here. We have a 180 millimeter brake rotor here on the thicker side here. A big one in the back, I'll show you that in a second. And on your travel here, you're looking at 80 millimeters of front travel on the suspension here. You do have lockout and preload, and clicks here on that lockout. And on the rear tire, you're looking at a 203 millimeter rotor here for even better braking power. It's even got a telescoping seat post here, so just undo that one. You can raise that thing pretty high. Let's talk about the gearing. 52-tooth double-sided chainring here up front. That's mated to a Shimano Altus derailleur, and a freewheel that is 14-tooth to 34-tooth. So it should have pretty good pedaling. It should be no ghost pedaling. This is a torque sensor e-bike, guys. And again, it comes with the 7-speed Shimano shifter. Here's a look at that center kickstand. Super easy to use. Probably the easiest I've ever had on any kind of cargo e-bike. Really nice, easy, simple, and fast. Let's look at the lighting on this e-bike because it's one of the standouts in my opinion. Here's the switch back here. It's on the display. Look at the front first. Nice double-sided or double headlight light there. And here's the rear. Very cool looking tail light. Skinny, but pretty bright. And we have turn signals here. So here are your turn signal indicators. They do show up on the e-bike as well. Let's take a look at the front. This is a really nice setup here. I like this setup here that Roo Rev Retrospec has done here. This is a really nice headlight. I think every e-bike should come with something like this if they do have turn signals in the rear. Just get a 2-in-1 headlight with those built-in ones there. That's pretty cool. And here's a look at how it looks on the rear. They don't appear to cancel out, so you do have to turn them off, I think. Here's a look at the cockpit. Got some really nice locking grips here, nice and soft. Of course, your turn signals, your control pad here, plus and minus, power button, lights, and then I think this is walk mode maybe. Came with a bell. Here's your display. We'll come back to that. Right side, shifter, right side thumb throttle, and your grips here, of course, and your tetra-hydraulic brake levers. Here's your display. Really nice, simple, clean layout here. You got battery bar, percentage. You got different colors for the different modes here. If I hit the power button, it gets trip, time, average speed, max speed, your wattage. I'm not sure what that is. Your range. So in eco mode, I'm at 58%. I got 38 miles, it says. That is the lowest setting. I think it's 1 through 4 here. So we'll go through the settings in one moment. Odometer. Back to trip. Okay, so we have eco, we have tour, trip, and sport, and turbo. And that's it. So if I scroll through this and look at the range estimate here, let's see, we're looking at 23-mile range here with about 58% of the battery left. Let's try and get to the settings. I'm going to hold down plus and minus at the same time. Okay, we're in there now. We have a reset trip, settings, information. Let's go down to settings there. Press the power button. We have brightness, speed unit, auto sleep, available functions, factory reset, consumption unit, USB charge enable, throttle mode, password. Anything else on there? Low battery alerts and back. I'm gonna hit back. Let's go to information, see what's in there. Motor info, display info, battery info. If I click on motor info, it's just the firmware version, which I updated already. Let's go to back. So you can't change the speed in here, guys, unfortunately. But again, you know, for most people, that's fine. This bike goes 20 miles an hour. That's why I call it a nice, safe choice if you are in the e-bike market looking for your first ride. All right, here's one more look at the bike out here in the street. We're going to take this on a test ride here, see what it's like to ride. Get a feel for it, put some miles on it, guys. So stay tuned, we'll do a hill test. We'll check the top speed there and test the brakes, see how those are. And then at the end, I'll give you my likes and dislikes on this Roo Rev XL. So again, here's a quick walk around. Again, it really reminds me of a Rad Runner Max almost. So it's where I would slot this and slightly below in terms of pricing there. But overall, just a very useful e-bike, I think, for the average buyer here. So pretty nice looking. And again, it comes in mint green or this gray. And I like that orange rack. It's a nice accent on there, and it just makes the bike look pretty cool. All right, let's do a top speed run here. 20.4. That's it. Throttle gets you there too. First reaction getting on the bike, pretty comfortable. I'm a 6-foot guy. It's got some tall handlebars on this thing, but you can move these back or forth to adjust the reach a bit. Seems pretty quiet for the 750 watt. We'll test it out here. Going across the street. There's our first hill of the day. 19 miles an hour. Not bad. Let's see how she does throttle only crossing, which is where I use throttle. 1, 2, 2.5 maybe. All right, we're gonna do a hill test and test the brakes out, and then kind of wrap it up with my likes and dislikes of the Roo Rev XL. Seems pretty stable as well. It is drifting on me a bit here, but I'm going downhill, so could be why. No ghost pedaling. Oh, there's 7th gear. Yeah, torque sensor e-bike. So let me drop it down to like eco and just see what it's like. Test out these 4 different modes for PAS, pedal assist. This has nice wide handlebars. I like it. I might put these on my Escape Ranger. I'm in eco. I'm doing 17 with not much effort. Let's start and stop here. All right, so eco mode. Yeah, so in eco I'm doing 13. Oh, there's a car behind me. And could not even hear him. In tour I'm doing 15. In sport we're doing 17. And turbo, there's that 20 miles an hour. This would probably make a good first e-bike for the average person. So you don't get 28, but most people don't need to go that. I'll throttle only the first, and I'll start pedaling in the steeper part, see how it is. 750 watts, so it shouldn't go below 10 miles an hour. We'll see how good that 85 newton meters of torque is. Yeah, 16 miles an hour, pretty good power up the hill. Oh look, we're at 50%, so it alerted us. That's kind of neat. All right, I'm gonna start pedaling here. Got the gears down a bit. Oh, pretty good power, yeah. Kind of minimal effort here. 12. There's 11. Never dropped below 11.5. That's really good power there. So a really good hill climber from the Roo Rev here. Not bad. Let's see how it does on the 15% grade. Not bad. 9.9 was the lowest. Yeah. All right. Rear back tire locked up there a little bit, but very grippy overall. All right, let's put this in no power and do a downhill coast. See how stable it is. It is about 46 degrees out here, guys. I got my flannel lined jeans on. I just ordered some heated grips too, so I'm gonna show those off soon. All right, 28, 29. There we go. Haven't cracked 30 yet. There's 30. And one more time on the brakes. Let's go. Nice. Good control stop right there. These Tektros are pretty good. Okay, let's talk about likes and dislikes for the Roo Rev. Design-wise, I like the styling a lot. It's a cool looking e-bike. I think it fits almost any rider out there. It's very ubiquitous or utilitarian-like. I really love the orange rack accent. That's pretty cool. I like the little details too, like the flat pedals over here with the little grip, that sandpaper grippy type of tape on there. That's pretty cool. It doesn't have those little spikes that a lot of pedals have. So I think this is a really nice touch here. They're plastic, of course, but for this bike, they're perfect for it, I think, overall. I like the handlebar setup here with the nice grips, great brakes. Love the display, how it looks and feels. Seat is okay. It's nothing great, nothing bad. And I love the lighting too. Pretty cool lighting aspects. Nice skinny tail light there. And that integrated turn signal here on that front light is pretty cool. First time I've seen, well, I think Haybike has something like that, but this is a nice touch here. I think it's pretty visible and a nice touch overall. I had to update the firmware in this thing, so it came with an error. That was kind of a negative, but I did get it fixed, so Retrospec hooked me up with that. And then I think overall, just the price, it's on the pricier side for the features and functionality you get. I would compare this to something like in my mind, a Radrunner Max. It's just a cheaper version of that. So if that's a bike you like, which is like $2,300, this bike might be a better option for you. It starts at $1,899. They may be having a sale, so you might be able to get it for even cheaper than that. But I think as a good first e-bike, the Roo Rev makes a good choice for a lot of folks out there. It's pretty good quality, but it's a brand you can take to the bank. They've been around for a while. They're based in California. They're not one of these Chinese, drop and ship suppliers. So I think you can get pretty good customer service out of them. And you can keep the bike for 50 days. Test it out before you can, if you want to send it back, I think. So that's a pretty good warranty there. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think about the Roo Rev from Retrospec. And I'll see you on the next one, guys. I'm out of here.